Hello there, and this is a video showing, this is actually week 6. Can't believe it. It's going by quick. This is kind of a short video, but just kind of showcasing what I have so far, and getting into substance and doing the final pass on textures on these forms. Next week on Monday, which is just 2 days away, we will be seeing these forms, the ones that you see. And this will be the first one. It's the easiest, and again we're going to try to use the touchable paint so you can touch it and then interact with it. So when you touch it, it'll trigger off a sound. Later on I'll show you it'll trigger off an animation which you don't see right now. So this is a simple form. I'm getting a lot of inspiration from looking at photos. I'll show you in a little bit a lot of jellyfish and the bumps that they have on the skin surface. So you can see here just some up-close shots of how light is refracted off the surface here. A lot of scratches that you see over the reflection, and then some bumps for height map. So you can see on the right, it's kind of like Photoshop, but you can do height and color, noise, and all kinds of other things. So it's pretty cool. I think I was pushing a little bit too far on the height, thinking it was like ZBrush, but it's not. It's definitely just for texturing, and whatever you're going to do with bump should be very minimal, just because it doesn't look right, and you only have so much distance to do a bump up. This is the second form. This is the thing that's going to kind of travel around after you touch that first form. This is a non-curved four-leaf clover, but you'll see I bend it in Maya, and then I'll have more of a curved surface. So it's really interesting seeing transparency. I have no idea if the alpha channel will show up on the game engine. So this is kind of a concept idea. These just kind of bent four-leaf clovers kind of flying around. I think I went with just a single one, so I'll export this out as FBX, and hopefully the animations will follow. But again, when you first touch that form, you'll just see it, and then it'll that thing will pop up on the bottom slowly. So this is a second form, and again, inspiration from some jellyfish, very purple. Not sure if I really like it. I definitely need to go a second pass. The bumps here on the clear glass here is ostrich skin. Bumps up. I really want to maybe see if I can get those bumps maybe show up as a white. Again, I'm not a master at substance painter yet, so I need a lot more to learn. But again, I think all of this is going to be a first pass. I think I'll look back at this and definitely want to redo it. I also did an alpha channel, a TIFF file for the bumps for the rest of the object. You can see kind of the petals kind of bumped up. So I did that all in Photoshop and then brought it over and kind of painted it up on the surface. So you don't have to do it individually, but just use Photoshop. So I think I'm more comfortable with Photoshop bringing it in as a first pass, and then I do several layers of other grits and textures and so forth to bump it up. So again, not a master of Unreal. Definitely gonna need some help, but this is some testing with the VR headset. Unfortunately, the lab, the spotlights are way behind me, so it glitches out a lot. So here's some quick testing. Just wanted to see if all the textures came out nicely, and so far I'm somewhat happy. I think I like it with low lighting. Definitely gets washed out with a lot of light. So I'm trying to get here low, and obviously the headset loses tracking. You can see the four-leaf clover. Not sure if it's got transparency, but I kind of do like the texture of it. Again, so many things to change, but I know I need to go ahead and plow through and get the other 14 objects textured. So the real goal is a week and a half to get them all textured out. But again, kind of happy with where it's going. It's kind of cool to work with Unreal Game Engine. Really good results, especially if it's a very low polygon object and it has a feeling of a high polygon form, somewhat real. I can't wait to get it set up with the real form that's CNC'd, and you can actually touch it. It'll be floating right in front of you, so the idea is that you can just touch it with 2 fingers on each hand and be able to push it up or down and kind of investigate, and when you touch it, it'll interact and make sound, be different stations or different sections. Really quickly, these are some samples, some artwork, textures basically that I'm finding on the internet to kind of inspire me for color tones, textures, you name it. So really excited to see some stuff. Rifling it through it quickly. I'm not directly taking from these things, but I'm definitely inspired by the color scheme and balance of what they're doing. Also, a huge inspiration from jellyfish. Hopefully not everything looks aquatic, but hopefully develop a better color palette as I go through this. But again, some crazy ideas of these beautiful jellyfish